It is Wednesday, October 7th, and I've not been very good about updating everybody. But now that I'm getting emails and texts from people asking, hey, what's going on? I was like, I need to get my YouTube updated. So I saw the surgeon yesterday. He said the surgery went well. He ended up taking out about 60% of the liver instead of 70%. The liver is broken into two lobes. The right lobe is larger than the left lobe. So he took out most of the right lobe. Right at the very edge of where the right lobe and the left lobe was one of the tumors. And he initially was going to cut that out completely. But when he got into the surgery, he found that my liver is fatty. And that's a product for me. It's a product of the chemo. So to take out 70% of the liver, he did not like leaving me with 30% and it being a fatty liver. So he took out about 60%, and that tumor that was kind of right on the edge between the left and the right lobe, he basically cut around instead of cutting the whole thing out and up. He just cut around that area to leave me a little bit more liver. So he said it went really well. He did suggest though said that he wants me to do follow-up chemo, some rounds, just because he got out everything that he saw and he considers it a success, but he would like to be precautious and get some chemo just to make sure that everything in there is gone and killed. It wasn't what I wanted to hear. I was really kind of hoping that we would just go to, monthly blood tests, and if something sprung up, then we'll hit chemo then. But hopefully it's just a small round. I will see my oncologist next week, and my surgeon, liver surgeon, and my oncologist spoke yesterday. And so I will see my oncologist next week, and he will lay out kind of the game plan of what's going to happen. So I'll know more about that. I'm feeling better. But this has been rough. This has been a lot. Whew, I don't know why I'm getting emotional. This has been harder than I thought it was going to be. And I'm not quite sure why. Maybe I thought that the surgery I had I honestly don't know why I'm getting emotional. The surgery I had in January to me seemed like way more of a surgery. Cutting out part of my colon to get rid of the tumor and doing the reconnecting the colostomy and all that. I just assumed that this would be an easier surgery, but it's been really difficult. Probably one of the hardest parts has been the pain that I feel when I breathe in really deep. And I think I'm pretty sure I'd put on here the first night I got home on Friday. I laid down in bed and I was taking the tramadol, but I laid down in bed and I couldn't breathe deeply. And I have a bit of claustrophobia. Like if anybody has ever walked into an elevator with me, you know that I will immediately walk out of the elevator or close the door if there's too many people. It freaks me out. Anyway, laying down that first night to go to bed, I couldn't breathe in, and I also couldn't get up without having to kind of roll to my side, and it was painful. And I had a claustrophobic attack, and I just couldn't be in my own body. It's weird, and I have those kind of attacks every now and then and usually at night, where I just feel like I need to get out of my body, and it's weird. I don't even know how to explain it. So I've been sleeping on the couch every night because that gives me a little bit more upright, and that's also, if I need to get up, all I have to do is hit the button for the recliner, and we have the automatic ones. You don't have to, use any, muscle, so I can just sit myself up real quick and then, get up, walk around if I need to walk around, go to the bathroom or whatever. But last night, I finally felt like I was in the place where I could go lay down in the bed, and I did. And at first, I kind of was freaking out a little bit, but it was more because I was thinking about how it felt on Friday, and I didn't want that feeling again. So the anxiety of laying down was kind of freaking me out. But I ended up laying down. I ended up being able to fall asleep, and I think I slept for like 9 hours last night. I didn't wake up in the middle of the night, even go to the bathroom or anything. And so that was really, really nice. That was something that I definitely needed. So I consider that a win. Now I'm just down to basically taking Advil and Tylenol, trading off every 3 hours one Tylenol, and then 3 hours later an Advil, and 3 hours later a Tylenol. I did take the tramadol last night to go to bed. I will probably do that again tonight, because after about 14 to 16 hours without a tramadol, or since the last time I took it, I start feeling very achy and pain, but that's getting less and less. So I'd like to maybe take it tonight, and we'll have to see how I feel, and then maybe try not taking it, because I really don't like being on tramadol at all. I don't even like taking Advil and Tylenol. So being done with the tramadol would be really, really nice. And I just realized I put my arm up. This bruise, I asked the doctor about it just to make sure that it's normal. And he said, yes, it's sore though, and it hurts. And I realized it because, I'm spending so much time on the couch. I don't have my arm down, but I realized it yesterday in the truck when we were going to the doctor. I can't put my arm down because it feels bruised. But he said, that's normal. Just keep it raised and iced. I got a little bit, you can kind of see a little bit of bruising here. And he said, that's normal as well. This is from the IVs. I think this one here is from the shot I got. And then everything is just, anyway. So anyway, the other thing he did yesterday, this is getting long, it's like 6 minutes. The other thing he did yesterday was take the drain out. I've never had a drain like that before. And so it was this little, I won't get too much into detail, but it was just a little hose that goes in, it went into my stomach right around the area of the incision, and it had like a little ball pump on the end of it, and that would fill up with the stuff like some blood. The big thing that they're concerned about, or they mostly were concerned about, and I'm not getting ready to cry right now. It's just this is just how my voice is sounding right now. But they were more concerned about bile, because they cut around on the liver, and they don't want bile going through your system. So this helps pull out all the liquids, anything that is coming out. And so he took that out yesterday, which was really good, because that was a pain to have. But I will tell you what, he told me, we'll get that taken out. I said, yes. He said, but it's going to hurt. And my reply back was, well, pretty much everything you've done to me so far has hurt. So I'm okay with that. He says it's going to be about 2 or 3 seconds, but then it'll pass. Oh, good grief. That hurt. I was not expecting it, and I was not expecting it to hurt the way it was. The little tube was actually, they put a stitch around the tube, and then they stitched like once into like right where that little entry was to hold it there, so that way the tube wouldn't come out. And over the last couple of days, because I'll get it caught on stuff, even though I have it hooked on, I had it hooked on like safety pin to like my underwear or my pajamas, you'd pull on it a little bit and it started coming out a little bit. And here I was worried that it would all of a sudden pop out, and then, that would be really bad. So he pulls it out, and I could feel it all the way to the back. It just felt like a searing pain, like somebody just stabbed me with a searing hot poker, and it went all the way through my back. And I yelled out something. I am not quite sure what I yelled out. I actually need to ask David that, because it may have been a swear word, and I've been really trying hard not to swear, but it may have been a swear word. Whew, it was bad. But I asked him when he got done, I was like, hey, doc, let me see how far that was in. This thing was like 5 to 6 inches long that was inside me. So there was no chance it was going to actually pop out. But I had no idea it was that long. And I'm kind of glad I didn't know that until I just took it out. Anyway. Okay, that's it, because it's almost 9 minutes long. And I know you love to like see me and hear me talk for that amount of time. But at the same time, that's really long. The one thing I'm happy about is I'm kind of back in, my relatively non-weird tramadol state, and so I've been able to do a lot of online shopping, which I love, because there's always new stuff coming. It's always, of course, stuff I absolutely need, not just stuff I want. And yesterday I ordered a chicken and an egg online, and I'll let you know. Have a great day.